Well people, fishing time is over, work time is here. Yes, I'm down at the Viking house helping the lads out with their build. They're out in the forest, but beautiful countryside where we are. You can see out here in the background over this way. Lovely, beautiful countryside. Set deep in the heart of the south of England. Bit windy around this side. I'm actually doing a bit of start here. You might be able to hear the wind in this. Let's turn around that way. You can see it's a massive forest all the way in here and all the way in there where the lads are working. So, better go. Now I'm on about 3 lots of duty today. I'm tired because I've been doing, some of you know we used to do pallet wood builds years ago on Totally Awesome Fishing, not all fishing channel. I do as much fishing as I can, but I do have a life outside of fishing. And I quite like working with wood. I've always liked working with wood. People say, what do you do for a living? Well, for 38 years, I had furniture shops. That's what I used to run, all on my own, let alone. So I know a little bit about wood and furniture and furnishings and stuff like that. And then I retired to do even more work for the Totally Awesome Outdoors show. Anyway, I'm going to go and help the lads. What I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be helping them strip some bark off the trees. We did a bit on the last show. You'll no doubt have seen Mike's Viking builds on his channel, TAOUTDOORS, the full build. But mine is a sort of BTS, behind the scenes. And going to work with the lads and see if I can't get some extra bark from them, because we're going to be tight on bark for the roof. And I figure if I split it down, it's going to help. So let's get down here and do something. You know, the ground's started to dry out. We haven't had rain for a while. What appears to be a very early Viking settlement. But I can hear by the hammers in the background that the lads are fixing the rafters, and we're going to try and get the roof up today. So you can watch all these builds. Mike got a load of builds on these Viking house. I had a good old tidy up in here. The timber people, obviously it's timber managed here. It is a forestry that's managed for its timber. So it's a lucky spot to be if, like us, you're trying to work on stuff. And you can see over here, just to give you guys exactly how Mike and Dustin have stripped the bark off. Look, I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 they stripped the bark off. But this, I feel, is a very good idea, that you can roll it like that. I thought that was a good idea. I did it the hard way. Indeed, I'm still doing it the hard way. But that's a good idea. You can roll it. So anybody else wants to build this, and they might think twice about it after the work we put in, that is a good way to do it.
So we're having that last rung.
Got 2 extras, haven't we? 1, 2. Oh yes, yeah. Well boys, getting tired now. I've done got 3 or 4 of those logs. But I've got to use this system over here, whereby they put them up across that those 2 beams at the back, and you can roll it and peel it. I notice there's 1 big one left. Nobody wants to attack it, but I'm going to attack it with Mike's axe and my little miniature Bowie knife I've got. So I'm going to lift that one up there and see if I can't get 1 big section of bark off and try and make them in sort of tile sizes. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. Well, I got a damage report when I was working yesterday doing a load of fencing on my own property, and I made a mistake of putting gloves on when I'm hammering. It's not good news, is it? So that nail, because I've done that many times, I haven't done it for a couple of years, that nail will take about 6 months to grow out, because it's dead now, because I hit across the quick. But you just, it hurts, suck up the pain, take it, then I got a knife point in there, and just now I got the old Bowie knife point in there. Lovely. So be careful with all tools, and be careful when you get tired. The big thing is, if you get tired, take a break. And I'm the worst one to take a break. I'm going to give it a go, see if I can cut this one down the middle, and I'm going to do it in sections about the length of the handle and try and make sort of tiles for them. Right, let's get going. So what I've really noticed, people, we're trying to take them off in great big huge bits, but I think the way of taking tiles out, it's a lot easier to work with. You don't get the split so badly, and of course they would nail, as long as you get them to the right width of the rafters, they would actually nail okay, I feel. So maybe somebody out there in Viking land can tell us, did they actually use like a sort of tile, a tiling system, or did they use great big huge sheets? Because it is pretty hard trying to get one huge big piece off, and invariably it will split. So I'm trying to get them in, what, about 15 inches without breaking. That's the theory. Who knows? You can see it does. It does make it just a bit easier if I only cut it well down to the base of the tree so the bark doesn't split off. There you go, it pops away. It makes a tile size. I mean, look, everything's a learning process, isn't it? But I've already found in a couple of trips here, it's easier taking sections out than it is doing the whole tree. So if I was physically making a house to live in, well, I think I would do sections and then lay them like tiles, rather than one great big sheet which might get blown off by the wind. Who knows? Viking experts, hit that keyboard. Let's roll this one along. Well, we're going to take a break now, people. My wrists are about to seize up, and this will show you the sort of well, roofing situation. Quite a lot of bark. You can see there, can't you? Pretty impressive. When I say impressive, I don't mean them nailing it, I mean me cutting it. Impressive cutting. But my God, I would say barely halfway. A few more bits here. A huge shoal of logs over there that have been stripped, and we're still needing loads. It's an amazing, this is in fact, as you guys will be aware, a big structure. Now we're having a cook up now. It's going to be traditional English breakfast because it's quick. I think bacon, egg, sausage, some beans, tomato. Couldn't get fried bread. Well, you can't buy it, you have to make it. And missing mushrooms, but there will be enough to feed us anyway. Who built that log store? That is superb. Superb. Look, a Viking log store. Let's look at the inside. Still a good bit of bark in there. Now, as you can see it all coming together. Rocker out of it. Yeah. Is this what I think is this a bottle of mead? No. Close.
Is that, in fact, yeah, this is spider mead. Recognise the bottle? Spider mead.
It really is, I was guessing, yeah.
Some spider mead. We did it in a glass bottle as well. Then this is from the first year, and that's the wax top. Yeah.
So it is mead?
This what? No, this is
was
oil.
a mead, yeah.
Oh, I see, cooking oil.
But I've just reused the bottle.
Oh, I see, yeah, nice
Turned
old
it
bottle,
into,
yeah.
it's a great bottle, isn't it?
It is good.
Take oil with you, and there's
Yeah.
no worries about leaking. Get them up here quick. Oh, I'm hungry already.
The dog's taken total offence and can't bear to look.
Turn her back.
She's turned her back on us. Absolutely disgusted with the proceedings. All this food and she's not allowed to have any. And a few beans bubbling away there. It's going to be the full English breakfast minus the toasted mushrooms.
The beans are down there.
We'll go back in. Street food. I like this good height actually. This is such a good table.
That's really good height.
Can I dip my sausage in your beans?
It's tomatoes, it's hot.
Tomatoes always roast. The oats are really good though, guys. You can nail that.
Well folks, it's day 2. We ran out of time last night. We actually worked into the dark because we wanted to crack on with this roofing and then we couldn't film a lot of it. But you'll be able to see how far the roof build is nearing completion, which is brilliant because it means the bark stripping is nearing completion. And the guy's going to patch up later on, any holes later on. So Mike's just finishing off. You can see all down here on his Viking ladder.
Does to know that.
And this one is completed now. That's all we got left on the strip bark there. So it's the ridge tile once this is done, yeah?
Last few nails. Run out of nails now.
Yeah, we just bend them over to help
Yeah,
hold
just
the
make a little hook.
hold the bark in place.
Yeah, Sunday.
Well, there we go. That's finally the bark roof finished. It's taken us, God, 2 days, I'd say, easily 2 days straight, and that's just putting the bark on here. That's not collecting it. But we're finally there. The whole shelter's covered. There are holes, but that's a problem that we'll face further down the line, and it's a much easier and quicker job to just fill those holes with other patches of bark. But for the time being, the majority of any rain is going to get shed. It's only when it's pretty torrential rain that we'll get affected in there. But yeah, pretty pleased with it. We used up all the resources that we had, and yeah, it's now starting to look like a proper Viking house. Well, the next job is to now get back down to that fire pit and dig a little air tunnel to allow a better airflow for that fire and hopefully get a cleaner burn. Well, thank goodness we got the roof finished. Whew, hard work.
And talking of hard work, guys, I'm trying to make a sort of entrance there so it looks like inviting, so if there are other tribes ever come in, they can see the entrance to it. Not that you're going to miss it, you know. God, it must be 12 feet tall, 10 feet, I'd say it's 10 feet anyway. So what I'm doing is using these logs before the timber people take them, just get an idea of how much bark we have stripped. And there's some that's further down in the forest. That is a lot of work, and some of these are big, trust me. Full-size timber trees. I'm going to drag them down and just make a little bit of a channel there, and when the timber people take them, it doesn't matter because at least we've shown the entrance. Some of you timber people and martial arts will realise, that's right, the old man's got this log in a rear naked choke. It's going nowhere.
Stand right there. Right. Smoky. You know what I mean? If you stand there, it's so smoky.
Yeah.
Without in your eyes, because it's going straight in.
Once that gale
I can smell the tea bags in here, so I'm going to come in and have a cuppa. Oh. Which one is it, Dustin? Anyone? That one?
I think it's that one, yeah.
Did you sugar that one, Mike?
Yeah, with loads.
Oh God.
Good luck.
Diabetes 2, here we come.
Right, I'm recording, so if you sit there. Well, we're having a good old-fashioned English tea break.
Well, we've made huge inroads today, people. We've got that, dug a fire tunnel there. Down there, as you can see, I boxed it in with some bark as well. Piece of cedar there, bit of bark on top. So that should suck air in when they start boarding the ends up here. And for that I used what I call it a mattock. Some of you guys out there will know that one, it's a very old one. And what I call a drain spade or drain shovel, which is that's generally a standard 4-inch. So you dig this way with it and it's going to be 4 inches wide, which is the UK size average drain. Don't ask me what 4 inches in funny money. I think it's 100 mil. But a drain spade, and that thing chops roots like you wouldn't believe. Round the back here, Dustin's building a window frame because that's going to be panelled in. We've got the 2 fires going, one at each end now, just trying to see where the smoke's going to draw. Obviously, till it's fully enclosed, you won't really know. And then Mike's around here patching up, doing all the patching. So there's quite a bit going on. And when the back's in, then we know which way the smoke's going to go. Now when that goes down to embers, I've got a last minute secret weapon which we're definitely owed, and some small pancakes wait for this, and some maple syrup as well. So there you can see our runway. Pretty impressive, I have to say. Pretty impressive structure. A lot of man hours, but listen, it's all fun. It's a learning curve, it's all fun. And I've got a brew on the go as well, because I need a cup of tea, and I'm getting really tired now. Hopefully, we might even get some aerial shots of it, so you get an idea of the site. It's a huge forest around here, and what you call this tree cutting forest here, which has obviously been planted so it can be harvested for timber. If they didn't, we'd have no timber, we'd have no houses, no floorboards, no rafters, purlins, joists, stub work. There would be no house. Well, I suppose it would be, because we'd have to live in one of those, wouldn't we? We'd all be living in one of those. But the council still charge us rates, wouldn't they? Some small pancakes and Clark's Original. This is maple syrup. You got a tea bag, Mike?
Yeah. Oh, that's it.
I just want that extra notch. That's the one the dog ran off of, wasn't it? The longer. Well, people, thanks for watching the show. It's not fishing, I know, but it's something different. Listen, I enjoy it. It's our channel. We put up what we put up. That's the way it is. If you get the chance, why don't you go out there, try it yourself. It's good fun. And there you can see quite an impressive structure. I've had good fun doing it. I probably won't be down again to help the lads. They can do all the other bits and pieces and enjoy it. They're going to do an overnighter, and there's absolutely no way I'm doing an overnighter in the woods. I can do overnighters fishing, because you never know what's going to happen when you're fishing, do you? Anything can happen. But if you're staying in a shelter like that, nothing's going to happen. There's no fish coming, is there? You might get eaten by a wolverine or something. So thanks for watching the Totally Awesome Fishing Show. Check out links in the description for Dustin, for Mike with TA Outdoors, and don't forget to hit our little one, Tinkly Winkly one, and we'll see if we can put a few more oddball ones like this up as and when we fancy doing it. It's just a bit of extra, still kind of hopefully get you the fishing ones on a Friday, but keep watching, keep hitting the little tinkly bell, and we'll see you next time.